It's Take Out the Trash Day. Trash Tuesday, y'all. It's also Taco Tuesday. So, I mean, you might want to enjoy that as well. Um, I started following James Brightman about a week ago or a little longer than that. And it looks like, coincidentally, Rose Thorne Reacts also started following him. I haven't covered his material yet, but he's kind of an up and comer here in the girl world. Um, and he covered the Chili's mukbang. Um, I don't really like to cover the stuff where she's actually eating, but I do have some thoughts on how low class it is to do this type of food. I said as much in my live stream yesterday when I was just verbally talking about this particular mukbang, but yeah. Um, I've heard from different channels at this point that she's trying to copy Hungry Fat Girl, I think is the channel name, who also does mukbangs, but apparently doesn't have drama, doesn't have all the drama in her life. And Amber Lynn Reed too. Amber Lynn at least appears to be trying to cook at home more. She still needs to work on her portion sizes, but she's making more of an effort. And I think she said on the her latest update vlog that she has, since starting the Ozempic, has lost about 22 pounds, I think that's what she said. Shakara covered this, the bodybuilder. She did a react to it and talked about the eating choices, the portion choices, etc. So if you're interested in that, you can take a look over there. But let's get into this. Let's take a look at James and his reactions to Chantel's poor choices. I mean, girl, if you're going to be doing mukbangs, don't you think it should be appetizing food that is a little bit more exciting and tasty than, I mean, I don't even think you enjoy what you're eating, but okay.
Oh my god, guys, you won't believe this, but I actually ordered a salad online and it's just arrived, so I'm just gonna have a look. Oh. Well, I ordered a salad, and they're giving me seven bars of chocolate instead. That's weird.
So James Brightman is also a type 2 diabetic who has been on a weight loss journey, and he is, I guess, analyzing this to realize as like a cautionary tale of I can't go back to this kind of lifestyle. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where he comes from, at least from what I perceive from the videos I've watched.
Hello everyone, it's James here, welcome in. Today we're going to be reacting to the woman whose blood sugar is higher than Patsy Stone in a jump jet. we're going to be reviewing Foodie Beauty. And today it's Chili's first impression mukbang, Cajun Alfredo pasta, and queso and chips. So, 1 carb, 2 carb, 3 carb, 4. Give it to me if you want some more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Queso and salsa. Great. Yeah, so this is another pancreatic nightmare in the making. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
Welcome back to another video. Today I am trying chilies for the first time.
She is so stunning and brave for trying chilies for the first time. I've never had chilies, so I don't know if it's any good or not.
I believe Chili's is far more well known for their ribs, right? It's not a Mexican joint. This is not a Mexican restaurant. So whatever they do in regards to Mexican food is going to be subpar, period. But you go, girl.
So let's get into it. Bismillah. They gave me 2 bags of tortilla chips.
Oh, you're so lucky.
2 bags. I'm gonna put one aside, yeah.
Put one aside, save it for after the video.
Alright, so I'm trying their pasta. I wasn't in the mood for like fajitas or anything. So this is Cajun pasta. So it has shrimp, chicken, penne with like an Alfredo sauce.
I wasn't in the mood for their fajitas or anything. Okay, so you want to have the dips and the chips, the tortilla chips, but you don't want to have a Mexican entree. Very bizarre pairing, Chantal. Very bizarre pairing. I mean, the fajitas probably would have been better for you, because you could have put the tortillas aside and just focused on eating the meat, right? Like whether it's carne asada or whether it's chicken. Obviously, you're not going to order the pork, the carnitas, but you could have focused on that portion. And by the way, all of these portions are catering sizes. This is not for a single person or even for 2 people. These are catering size type deals. And you know, I ordered some El Torito through Grubhub a couple of years back. It was kind of earlier when we were still in pandemic times, and they sent 2 bags of chips because I had ordered a queso and I had chips and salsa, right? I put the second bag in my cabinet to pull out later, like much later, because they do keep, right? They do keep, and there's no reason that you need to power through all those chips. You can't even use all the chips in one bag for what you've ordered here.
Tomatoes, onions, and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, it's got a lot of shit in it, basically. It doesn't look very nice. And that, the penne looks really thick. Like, really thick. Do you see that there?
Yeah.
Like, I like penne. It's one of my favourite types of pasta. And it's normally quite thin, but these are like girthy bits of pasta, you know? Bloody hell.
And a garlic toast that's not very crispy anymore, but whatever.
Do you know what, Foodie? I hope every single bit of toast you ever have from now until the end of time is soggy and floppy. There, I said it, and I couldn't wish it on a nicer person.
I'm really surprised that Chili's didn't put it in foil and keep it out of the container with the pasta. Because if it's loose in with the pasta, yeah, it's gonna absorb all the humidity from that pasta dish. Poor packaging, but you know, that's what you get, girl. You decided to order from a mid-range restaurant that most people just use as lunch specials during their office work day.
Okay, and I have some queso, skillet queso.
That looks
Queso
horrible.
with chili, beef, and their salsa. I want to try their salsa. Let's try this.
Nice.
Bismillah. It's very thin.
So,
Notice how she just dips it in and shakes it off. So she's already like dipped into this because the cheese is the queso dip is already down a bit further in its bucket, and so she clearly was already in that before we started. And this is probably a little spicy, although it's hard to discern whether she actually has full use of her taste buds anymore, because she keeps eating all those peppers and doesn't seem to be affected by them. But generally these salsas are going to have a lot of jalapeno in them, but this is more of like a border state style salsa that is pureed and soupy. You know, it doesn't have a lot of chunks in it. And you would generally try and scoop some of it up with the chip, not just dip it in and shake it off.
very thin. There's low-hanging fruit there. I'll let you guys make the joke.
That's some good salsa.
That queso is just... It's just cheese and beef, right? Queso is cheese in Spanish, I believe.
Yes, queso it's a cheese dip, and they do it more so in Texas than they do in the other border states, but it's becoming more popular in these other states as well. But that's kind of where they eat it the most, is in Texas.
I have water and 0 sugar iced tea.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so relieved you said 0 sugar iced tea. That's going to counteract everything else you've got in front of you there.
Of course.
That's it. Drink it down, love.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
try this pasta.
Let's have a look.
Penne. Chicken. You bet.
Nice. Looks like actual real chicken for a change. Wipe your mouth, you filthy heathen. No, wipe your mouth first.
That is really good.
Well, we'll lick it, whatever.
No, she's got to leave it up there on her mouth for a while for her feeders.
A shrimp.
Oh my god. You haven't even eaten the first bit. What are you doing with the toast? There you go. Took her about 2 chews. Bloody hell. She proper bit into that toast, didn't she? Is that like garlic bread, basically?
Yeah, it's probably like a Texas toast, but it still doesn't make sense for that dish, for the Cajun pasta dish, because Cajun pasta is going to be from like Louisiana. It she really she's not a foodie and she's not a beauty. She really doesn't know much about food or where it comes from regionally, the background of it, and for her to tell you whether or not a salsa tastes good, she's never been to a real Mexican restaurant, so she has no idea.
But I'm glad it's soggy. Clearly the chips were soggy as well.
Very good.
So I don't watch her lives because I value my existence. But apparently she's always like very tired and very like exhausted looking and very puffy in her lives. And that can only be attributed to the sheer amount that she eats beforehand. Like she's literally got 3 different types of carbohydrate here. She's got the pasta, she's got the bread, and she's got the corn chips. So yeah, she's going to feel like absolute shite after this. And then she's going to go on a live and talk for hours. She's made.
Look at her.
I usually
Look at her shaking the salsa off of the chip. What are you doing, girl? You're supposed to scoop it up and eat it. What the fuck? I can't.
prefer more chunky salsa, but it's very flavorful. Even though
Honey, you know me, I like it chunky too, but I'm not a big fan of salsa. I prefer just like a normal tomato sauce, to be honest, if I have anything. I don't really like chips and dip. If I have like crisps, potato chips, I'll just eat them straight from the bag. I don't really care about like any dips or anything like that. I think that's kind of one thing that I'm thankful for, is that I'm not a big fan of sauces, because if I was a big fan of sauces, I'd probably still be a super heavyweight because I'd probably like drench stuff in sauce. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that I'm not a saucy person. Well, I'm a saucy devil, you guys know that, but in a different way.
no, it's like thin.
I love salsa. I love queso. And I've done quite a few lives where I'm going to Mexican places and eating these types of items, including guacamole, which apparently I don't think she likes avocado, but I've had a lot of live streams where I go to Mexican places, and it's like, girl, you ordered this from the worst place possible. Do they not have any Mexican places in Kuwait? Is that because you said that they have what do you call them? Quesadillas? Quesadillas. Which is cultural appropriation of a Mexican dish, right? And it's called that because there's Arabic spices in the quesadilla. And you specifically did that mukbang on Cinco de Mayo, which was even more offensive. But you clearly don't know how to order Mexican food. Are there any Mexican restaurants in Kuwait? Or is that just a desert for that particular food?
Chompety. That looks, it's basically like red water, isn't it?
You can tell they make them there.
How can you tell?
I don't know.
I don't get how you can tell that they make them there. Do they taste like they're not off? Is that kind of the...
Well, I mean, the only way that you would know is if they served them in a basket on your table and they were warm from the oven. So I don't know where she's coming up with that.
the level that we're going at here? Maybe they do make them there, but I don't know. When it comes to crisps, it's kind of like... It's not like bread where you can tell that something's utterly fresh, made on the day, kind of thing. Yeah, I guess she's trying to be like a foodie and like, yeah, you can actually tell the moment they come out of the oven. Yeah. She is loving that queso.
The queso is bomb.
Bomb, exactly. Bombaclat.
Let's make a sandwich with this.
Let's not. Oh, good lord.
The garlic sauce.
I mean, that's not a sandwich, but you're just basically putting carbs on carbs. The carbception has returned, people. It's so delightful. And here we go again, the white sauce for her niche audience. You know how it goes, guys. She's like clockwork at this point, isn't she? You can set your watch to her. Some napkins would be absolutely delightful, Foodie, or just lick it off.
I know, especially since she just bought like 5,000 of them. Seriously, girl. What are you expecting to do with all those napkins?
That's right, keep your chin blocker in place. Do you reckon that's part of the reason why she wears hijabs now? It's just so that she can block all the chinage out. Like, sometimes I feel like...
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I need something here to block the chins out. That's why I've got a beard, you know, so that it doesn't look like I'm a chinson, you know. Anyway, you know, chins. We've all got them. Some of us have more than others. Some chins are bigger than others.
I'm glad that the whole neck beard thing has kind of gone out of style, though, because that was... I get it. Like, some of you dudes, you want to hide that you've got a bit of fat on your neck. Like, obviously, women do as well, and we don't have as many ways of hiding it. But the neck beard thing was weird.
So good.
Come on, Foodie, I've finished my coffee already. We're only a few minutes in.
So, I'm pretty sure the Chili's here in Kuwait, in the Middle East, has...
Oh.
different menu items.
That's better.
Thank you.
Because I always see people in, like, the USA, Chili's mukbangs.
I don't think...
It's, like, really bomb looking.
I don't think we have Chili's in the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've never ever seen one. It could be another one of those things where it's like they've got 3 and 2 of them are in random cities up north and then 1 in London, which is quite common for the niche American restaurants that we have here. Because with Wendy's, you've got Wendy's in London and then you've got like a couple of random Wendy's up north in like Leeds in Yorkshire and places like that. It's kind of odd.
I think cheese sticks.
You're not missing anything. Chili's went out of business in my town. We used to have one very close to me, and it's gone. So is Macaroni Grill. Like, most of those restaurants closed up at this point, and it's not like... You know, when I talk to my friends and family and we're thinking of dinner plans, we're not like, let's go to Chili's. No. You know what I'm saying? If we go out, we're like, let's go to this Irish restaurant, or let's go to this fish restaurant, or let's go to this barbecue restaurant. You know, we have very specific places that we like to meet up at, but Chili's was never one of them.
I think it's called like a triple dipper. I don't know.
If anybody I could attribute the word triple dipper to, it's definitely Foodie. She's a triple dipper. She's the double-decker triple dipper.
So there's more
Try and say that fast.
chips here. It's like they give you a whole bag for like one sauce.
Well, she certainly likes to get her fingers right in there. This is not shareable. Again, like, she could put the lids on all she wants, but she got her fucking nuggets in there that she's been sticking in her mouth, getting saliva on, and then sticking right in the dips. It's over. Game over. That is her meal now.
Ah, but you got 2 bags, haven't you? We haven't forgot about the other bag.
Not stale.
She's like, oh, they only gave me 1 bag. Trying to shift the remembrance of the first bag from the video. Yeah, all right, love.
Well, that might be part of fat brain, from what people have been saying on the other live streams about fat accumulating in the brain and having something of it basically causes some sort of effect that's similar to Alzheimer's.
Shrimp.
What did you call me?
You guys? I'm loving this.
To be fair, that's probably one of the insults she would hurl at me, because she doesn't really read people that well. Texas toast.
Yes, that's what I said.
I hope it's as soggy as my pants out of the washing machine.
All right. So, I injured myself again.
Oh, hold on. I've heard about this. She wants sympathy because she's got a bad back. Oh. Well, what did she do? She didn't tell us what she did, I don't think. But she's like, oh, I've got a bad back. Please feel sympathy for me. So do you reckon that she's gonna make it into a whole big thing about her bad back because she can't?
Well, yeah, of course, because she has a health issue every other week. And so she's constantly complaining about sciatica. She apparently turned over funny in her bed. But, you know, some of this stuff is probably made up excuses so that she doesn't have to do certain things with Salah that she doesn't want to do. But yeah, she just had a UTI. She was on like 5 different antibiotics, she said. It's been an outrageous health journey. And this is probably why she should stop talking about it.
Go outside, which is very sad. Maybe when she popped her back, she was probably picking up that second box of pizza. She's like, ooh, I wish I never bought it. Well, no, she'd never say that, would she? She probably went down a bit too fast to pick up that second box of pizza. All the crusts that she left behind in it were too heavy. She is making a big dent in this very quickly.
I threw my back out.
I'll tell you what though, as a big person, I have a tremendously bad back pretty much all the time. And if I ever go for a walk for like a long distance, say like over 5k, my back is really, really hurting because I've got like so much frontage to be discreet about my gunt. It obviously, it drags my back down. I get a lot of pain in like the middle to lower sections of my back. So yeah, as a big person, it is easy to get really bad back pain, and I don't know if it'll ever disappear. I know. I don't know if you guys are aware of Shaun of Steel. He reacts to like my 600-pound life videos, and he used to be 600 pounds himself, I believe, and he says he still has a bad back despite losing a lot of weight. So that is one thing I'm kind of worried about, is how my back's going to hold up once I reach like a decent weight for my height. But then again, I got myself to the position to have a bad back, so I guess it's going to be one of those things that I'll just have to live with, unfortunately.
Well, I don't know what to tell you in regards to reaching weights like that, but I have a bad back because I have nerve damage in my left leg, and the nerve damage runs into my lower back. But I have had actual sciatica before as well, and that came from doing office work, from taking a job where I was going to be sitting all day. It took me 20 years to overcome the pain on my right side from sciatica. Going through chiropractic, going to the gym, and just working through it. But now I've got it on the left side because of the complex regional pain syndrome that developed from the attack dog coming after me a couple of years ago.
That's why I'm ordering in tonight.
You order in every night, Foodie. Foodie doesn't need to have a bad back as an excuse to order in. She's had like sweets from the bakery, she's had Substop, she's had Wendy's, she had Substop again. She doesn't need an excuse to order in, so, save us your web of lies.
She might as well just budget for it and stop doing these giant grocery store hauls, because she's clearly not eating the stuff in her kitchen. So if you're not going to eat it and you're just going to let it rot and end up throwing it away, and you're ultimately going to be ordering out most of the time, then only get in your grocery haul the thing, like a small portion of things that you can have, like cereal in the morning, like some Cheerios or something, some milk, just some things around for when you're not doing your order out. But if this is going to be a part of your business plan, which it is, stop wasting fucking food, especially given that you live in a region where people are starving right near you. It's so messed up.
I threw my back out last night.
Yeah.
I heard like a...
We're done. We're done caring about your fucking complaints. You did this to you, and you are the only person who can fix it. So I don't care if you threw your back out. I don't care about your next health fucking problems. I don't care. Why are you throwing them into your mukbangs?
and I'm like, oh no. That happened to me before.
I can tell you. That's one thing I've noticed about Foodie. She's not a tremendous storyteller.
No.
She'll just, maybe it's because she's taking like 20 bites of food in between the story, so we're kind of waiting for the denouement and the ending and stuff like that, and she doesn't pace the story very well. I mean, I can give her lessons on story pacing if she wants. I'm available.
And it took like a couple of days to get better. Not like a month like the sciatica, but...
Shut up. You didn't have sciatica.
I mean, all these carbs are going to do wonders for your bad back.
Lots of shrimp.
That's another thing as well. When your diabetes is uncontrolled, you are very susceptible to a lot of illnesses, basically because it just compromises your immune system. So I'm thinking that maybe she's starting to get this bad back because her body is a lot weaker, and also from uncontrolled diabetes you get muscle loss. So I'm wondering if she's losing muscle, if she's atrophying around her back, and all that's left is like the fat, you know? That could be it. So maybe she needs to take this as a warning sign, because yeah, if you've just bent over and your back popped, hey, that ain't good. That ain't good. Especially because she's not even moving. All she's doing is sitting there eating. She doesn't even do her Jane Fondant exercises or whatever she's called.
And she never got the imaging to see if it was actually sciatica. She never followed up on that. She just made up this storyline and decided to self-diagnose once again.
Anyway, back to glorping her glop.
Big piece of chicken.
Nice. I do like that she's telling us all about every single tablespoon of protein that's in this bit of pasta here. I imagine to cut costs there isn't that much protein in it. It's going to be mostly pasta with white sauce, you dirty cow. We know why you get the white sauce, you heathen.
Maybe till tomorrow.
Hungry Hippo 69. Old Hungry Hippo 69's like, oh, can you get some more white sauce? I love it when you use the white sauce. Dirty bastard.
It's true.
I'm going shopping after this, and I'm kind of glad I'm watching this, so I'm not going to impulse buy any pasta or cheese or crisps.
So, ready or not?
Yeah, seriously, this actually made me forget a lot of items that I needed to purchase on my grocery order. Not this one specifically, but like one of the ones over the weekend. I needed to get more things on my grocery order, and it was just so difficult to actually think about food that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I'm actually having a hard time even going through my fridge and eating what I've purchased because of this crazy asshole that is constantly doing this shit online. You know? Because I have a whole meal, like grilled meal laid out to go that is super healthy, and potato salad on the side, which is high in potassium, and I'm having a hard time actually like getting in there and doing it, because I keep seeing her meals and I get so grossed out that I lose my appetite.
You're welcome.
Oh, here she comes. Oh, Lord, she coming.
Watch that boy, she'll chew you up.
Yes. I too love tripling up my carbs to spike my blood sugar so high that I'm about to go into ketoacidosis. She puts the queen in ketoacidosis queen.
Well, Chantel, I mean, what do you want? You're the one putting this shit up online. And if you think people aren't going to capture it and say, oh my God, look at this crap, you're wrong. And then if you do your live streams where you're complaining about the React channels and you're trying to dox them and say horrible things about their families and stuff like that, that doesn't help your case. That does not help your case.
It is a marvel to watch her eat, because she does eat like a speed eater. If you've ever seen like Beard Meets Food or Randy Santel, you see the way that they combine foods and the way that they consume multiple things at the same time. It seems like she eats in a similar way, and I would wonder how she would do it like a speed eating contest. I reckon she'd take the gold medal. If it was an Olympic sport, she would represent Canada in a marvellous way. There would be golds on the medal table all around.
There'll be so many shrimp, and they're big.
Bloody hell.
Well, and also, if she thinks she's so smart and brilliant and all these things, and she has started a profile on TikTok, why isn't she battling people? Why isn't she sending requests to the people that she loves, like Jeffree Star and like Eugenia Cooney? Why aren't you sending out requests to them to battle? Because that's a source of income too, and I know you're looking for sources of income, clearly. So I don't get it. Why haven't you done something with your TikTok account?
There was so much pasta there, and she's nearly garfed it all.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of garfed, bloody Garfield would be proud of this, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand how hungry I am. Okay. Last night?
Nah. She doesn't understand how hungry she is. That's the thing she needs to watch out for. She doesn't know when she's hungry and when she's not. She has a food addiction, and her hunger cues are going to be all over the shop. So the betting that she was actually as hungry as the food she's consuming now, absolute bollocks, I reckon. She probably would only have been hungry for half of the pasta. Mind you, her stomach's probably expanded so much that it's like going into a cavern at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Laying in bed, trying to sleep, and my stomach was growling. I'm trying not to eat past a certain hour. It's like a certain point in my day.
Yeah, directly after this, she did a live stream where she was eating a sandwich with processed meat and cheese, and it was at 1 a.m. What time do you go to bed, girl? What time do you go to bed? Because I stop eating around 7 tops.
And I was like it depends on when I start my day and end it.
Hold on, if you're not going to eat past a certain hour, and it depends on when you get up, then it's just going to be whenever, isn't it? That makes no sense, woman. As she sat there, like if I was hungry and it was my bedtime, I'd just sleep. I wouldn't get up and have 10 jars of pasta, 2 bags of chips, a bucket of cheese and a bucket of sauce. I'd just honk shoe. and then have my breakfast when I get up.
And I'm like, do I get up and make something? A meal? I was hungry. I'm like, just wait, just wait.
My God, her hunger is all over the place, isn't it? She doesn't know whether she's coming or going, and her pancreas is just like, can you just please give me some healthy stuff, please? I'd love to see a vegetable at some point in my imprisoned life.
And had she ordered the fajitas, it would have come with onions and bell peppers, and it would have incorporated vegetables. But she instead decided to go with a heavy pasta as her pairing for these dips. Girl, if you're gonna have Mexican, invest all in. But also pick an actual Mexican restaurant, not fucking Chili's. My God.
You'll get to eat something really good when you go.
She must think about food 24/7. Now, when I was much bigger, I used to think about food 24/7. I'd be eating the meal, and then I'd be thinking about what I could have next. That's kind of how bad it was when I was addicted to food. Now, it takes me a little while before I think about my next meal. And it's so much better to have that space free in your mind to worry about the cost of bread and milk, or the cost of everything. At least I've got space for that in my mind now.
Alright. Another shrimp?
She loves showing us her shrimp, dirty cow.
A filling though.
You got a bit on your chin. Yeah, there you go.
I have to say.
Which chin? I can't tell you.
So yeah, I took some over-the-counter pain meds. Anti-inflammatory.
And did they work? I guess we'll never know.
I'm feeling a bit better than last night.
Do you reckon she still has her fibre drinks before every meal?
Doubtful.
Not that it matters. All I'm hoping is that she still takes her Janumet, because as losing efficacy as it will be, it still might do something to keep her blood sugar a little bit lower than 24. She's probably like high teens after every meal now, especially meals this size with triple carbs. It's not like when you have the dessert. When she had the dessert, I reckon, 20s for the blood sugar. And that's why she felt so rough and tired afterwards. But because this is a savoury meal, and it will take a bit longer for the sugar in the food to actually be processed by her body, it will have slightly less of an effect on her blood sugar. But overall, still awful for her health. And, look at her now. She's a picture of contentment here. And we're all pictures of contempt, aren't we?
But I definitely have to
rest
it a bit.
Did you see that? She looked like she spaced out while she was eating there. She was just like, she achieved culinary nirvana for a brief second before she snapped back into the room with the rest of us.
It hurts to straighten my back, like some kind of walking hunchback, and I don't want to do that going out. You know?
The bells.
Okay.
Well, the chilies.
This queso is so good. Like,
I know, you've actually demolished the bucket.
the chili beef in it.
You know you can eat that without the chips. Bloody hell. I hope nobody else has any part of this food afterwards, because she's double dipped to shit.
So it sucks, but I'm not careful.
I mean, we can tell you're not careful. I mean, look at the state of the food that you're eating. As a type 2 diabetic, we can tell that you throw caution to the wind, and it's blown far, far away to the land of Oz, where it's probably landed on a wicked witch. My God, I can't even go through a bag of chips that fast, and I love crisps.
She's not even eating the salsa. She's just dipping it in and shaking it off. So she's not getting anything out of that salsa.
I'm just not.
She just pushed the fork. She just pushed the fork in with her chin. She just went, ugh. What was that all about? That's odd. Maybe it's to make more room.
And another shrimp.
Wow. It's like El Dorado up in that.
Thank you, Chili's.
Honestly, I've never seen somebody with such bad table manners as Foodie, and I used to be a teacher of children.
This is a bite of, like, I'm full, but it's so good. Sorry. One more piece.
Actually, I remember once, you know, like how impressions of people can change. I was on a train once going to university, and I saw this really handsome guy on the train, and he was stood opposite me, and he was absolutely handsome, wonderful looking guy. And then he got out a sandwich, and he started eating the sandwich like it was the last thing ever left on the earth. It was like lions ripping a wildebeest apart. It was absolutely awful. And then, my opinion of that perfect stranger changed. He became an imperfect person, and I was just like, well, that's the end of my daydream.
Yeah, oh gosh, it was in the odds. Was at a bar, and this dude was hitting on me. He's a bit younger than me. I was in my early 30s. I think he was like mid 20s. And I remember while he was hitting on me, he turned around and he had ketchup all over his face. And I was like, well, I guess this isn't gonna work out.
But then looking at Foodie, you can tell she's scrans. I'd call her Nelson Scrandella.
I'm gonna save the rest.
I save the rest for
Something
as soon as the camera turns off.
I don't eat it often. Goodbye, see you later.
You know she ain't going to clean that fork. That's the most clean that fork's going to be, with her saliva on it. You just know it. Uh-oh. Don't want to ruin that tablecloth, love.
Right.
People in Slovenia would love that tablecloth.
At least in Kuwait. Very good. I'm sure this would be so good at the restaurant if you're eating it. The toast would be crispy. But the portion is really good.
No. They would serve you soggy toast all day long, because I'd ring them up and be like, is Foodie Beauty there? Give her the soggy toast. Thank you. I'd pay extra, don't worry. Anyway, that's Foodie Beauty absolutely devouring a queso load of queso and a portion of pasta perfect for a person of portly perpenditure. Foodie. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab his link and I'll put it in the description of my react to his react. But yeah, Chili's, really? Wendy's, Chili's, Taco Bell. I mean, this is such cheap ass shit. Why? Why? Don't you think your audience wants to see you eating things that they could not have access to normally? Because everybody in America has access to all that bullshit. It is. I can't, you guys.